Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another awesome evening of Overwatch. My name's Amanda Commanda Dupuis, and I'm here with Catherine Socks Sokolowski. How are you doing today, Socks?
I'm doing fantastic, Amanda. I'm really excited to watch some Overwatch be played. It's been a while. I've been a little bit busy, so I haven't gotten to watch our boys in a hot second. So I'm really excited to see them play.
For sure. It looks like today the first map is Oasis.
Sounds about right to me.
Gonna
And they're
be
playing
some
against University of North Texas.
for sure. It's gonna be an awesome evening of Overwatch, and I do believe we have our list of players to read off this time because we forgot to introduce them the last few times. We have Corey Prince Wada Levesque on tank, Colin Seymour Moore on tank as well, Zachary Bailable Schreier on DPS, Hussein Strider Hammam on DPS, Justin Veltman on support, and Matthias Apostle Eitzen, I do believe that's how that's pronounced, on support as well.
Fantastic. We also can see the programs that they're in. We've got some freshmen and some sophomores. It's a bit of a mixed team, but I'm excited to see them all play. They have really good chemistry when they play together, and being able to see that on screen is phenomenal.
For sure. So, since we're on Oasis today, what are we looking to see from St. Clair?
Well, I feel like they're gonna run a Lucio. I feel like that's been their go-to. They're just gonna rush on in with the speed boost as soon as they can and make their presence known on point and make sure they're there before the other team.
For
We've
sure.
seen Reaper come out. We've seen May come out. So probably either a May Reaper mix or a Somber Reaper mix, something along those lines, and likely Winston Diva or Winston Zarya for the tanks. I could be totally wrong. They could bust out their Reinhardt.
They
They've
tend
done
to
it
surprise
before.
us.
It's true. Every time I call something, they tend to do the opposite, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I want to see how they prove me wrong today.
So, I think they were on a bit of a losing streak, but the last game or so, they've won, right?
It's been a little bit of a on and off either way. Either the games go really well or they're really close. It's always sort of on an edge of your seat, or you're like, oh, they're just absolutely destroying the other team.
Yeah,
Fantastic. So hopefully
exactly.
we'll start a win streak here. The opponents, University of North Texas, is 2-0 right now in UCEA. So it'll be a fight fight for their lives tonight to stay that keep their win streak going. Hopefully St. Clair can break it for them though.
For sure.
We do also have some sponsors that we can shout out today, as per usual. St. Clair College, of course, the place that we all go to. The SRC, our Student Representative Council, the St. Clair Alumni Association, Zekelman School of Business and IT, PC Outlet, and Tim Hortons, which I could really use a coffee right about now. That's usually my go-to for Tim Hortons, a double double. What about you, Commanda?
I usually go for a regular. Just,
Regular.
just simple. Just
You keep
simple.
anything. Yeah,
I thought
don't want
about
to.
going to Tim Hortons before the stream today, but ultimately I decided against it. But next time,
Next time we'll have our Tim's cups and we'll be well prepared and we'll cheers a little bit on screen.
exactly. So it's still gonna be a few moments here, I think, as they're all just getting set up. Um, let's see.
What are you excited to look forward to for tonight's game, Commanda?
I'm excited to see what happens because University of North Texas, like you said, they are 2-0 right now, and I think that it's gonna be a close match. I really hope that it's gonna be like a neck and neck match and we go um how many games do we get with UCEA? Is it 3?
Best of three. It's a best of three series, so I'm hoping it's 3-2 or 3-1. Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah,
I
2-1,
completely
2-1.
forget how this goes,
It's
but
all
I'm hoping
good.
it's a 2-1 for St. Clair for them to take it.
And it does look like we're in the game now. We get a beautiful view on Oasis here of a skyscraper as the teams are
This
choosing their loadout.
This map is absolutely gorgeous. From the stars in the sky to the soft sort of fog that's around the map just off of the water. I think I'd like to take a vacation in Oasis.
Me too. Just the name is enough for me to take a vacation there.
Looks like I was right about the composition. We have a a Winston and a Diva, a Reaper and a Sombra, and a Moira and a Lucio on the side of St. Clair.
And it looks like University of North Texas, their players today are Joe and Gatsby on support, Alias and Jaybird on tank, and Gatsby and Aspect on DPS. So it would look like we have some pretty similar matchups here, if not the exact same. Almost. They have, actually it is the exact same, my bad.
Yep. It is a mirror comp. Oh, Prince Wada taking a lot of damage right off the bat. And Yustin going down as well. Oh my goodness.
Lots of fire being traded back and forth here. Seymour's trying to get away. Looks like Gatsby is getting quite a few kills on a St. Clair gang here. Seymour gets demeched. Hopefully he can get away, but alas he cannot. And
University of North Texas takes the point, and it's a full reset on the side of St. Clair.
Did I miss Meaty X for a DPS? I do believe so. I believe said Alias twice. My bad.
It's
Give him
all
a little
good.
bit of recognition there. Got a few kills. Very good. No time to talk about that, but Bailable is trying to get picks here, getting onto the point.
There was a nice hack onto Medicare, but on the same side, Prince Wada was also hacked, and Medicare does de-mech Seymour, and he winds up going down. St. Clair doing what they can, but it looks like another almost full wipe. Bailable's trying to get out of there, but ultimately, he can't. And that's another very, very nice team wipe on the side of the University of North Texas.
St. Clair has to find a way to get in there and hold at least one part of the point. But it looks like a Diva Bomb goes out, and Meaty Exker gets a Death Blossom off on our team. St. Clair here.
University of North Texas used 3 ults there. They used the Sombra ult, they used the Diva ult, and then they used a Death Blossom sort of clean up and take over. Like, clean up the players that were low health. See St. Clair trying to get a push in, and they do have 2 ultimates that they can initiate on. They have Strider with his EMP and Yustin with the Coalescence, which we see come out here in tandem. Unfortunately... fortunately, Bailable does get a Death Blossom off, taking care of both the DPS for University of Texas as well as support. And then it's just up to Apostle and Yustin to clean up the rest. Moira gets a nice skill orb kill onto the baby Diva, which always gives me a nice little giggle.
Looks like Prince Wada, Seymour, and Apostle all have ults going into this next fight. The University of North Texas does not fall far behind. They do have ults of their own, building fast. And it looks like the Diva Bomb goes off for St. Clair. And it's just kind of back and forth right now.
They do still have their beat, but unfortunately Apostle gets hacked, so if he wants to use it anytime soon, he's not going to be able to. But that hack doesn't matter because Bailable coming in and taking care of the tank. Joe's Coalescence tries to do some work. Oh, and it looks like Bailable and Prince Wada are going down here.
Fight is not over yet, but Seymour does get hacked. However, Apostle comes out with that beat, just chasing down Joe and, didn't see who else, I think it was Aspect. Meaty Exter gets a big Death Blossom off, though. And,
they're doing their best to stall it out, but unfortunately, St. Clair cannot. Getting it to a nice 56%, but they're reaching last fight territory as the University of North Texas has 93% and increasing, going up, control of the point. This is the last fight, so if they have something, they've got to use it here.
They do have a quick trade here, but it looks like Bailable and Strider take down the Diva together. Apostle gets a pick on Gatsby. Seymour takes down Meaty Exker, and they're going to try to cap this point. They chase off University of North Texas, and they cap the point.
In overtime, too. Now, they really need to hold on to this. They cannot make a single mistake here. Otherwise, University of North Texas will have the opportunity to take it back, and they won't have time to regroup. They need to play a little bit... They need to play together, but split up so that University of North Texas doesn't have that sort of opportunity to get massive kills on them. Seymour using his Diva Bomb in a narrow territory, not finding any kills, but definitely forcing them back. Ooh.
Bailable's trying to get a pick on Jaybird, but having some trouble here.
Strider and Apostle.
Take down Prince Wada.
Strider and Apostle both falling to that hack and being susceptible to those kills. It's just Seymour on point, but he's not going to be able to take it. Prince Wada switching over to the ball. Will he be able to touch in time? He does to trigger overtime, and Strider is there. Can they take it here? Apostle getting picked off before the fight even begins, but that EMP comes out.
Oh, but Mini Expert says no, and then Death Blossoms everybody away. Seymour's trying to touch. Can he do it?
No, he gets DMAC. They block him off completely, and the first map goes to University of North Texas.
That was a really close match there. It was just unlucky that St. Clair couldn't quite touch at the end there, but we do have another round, and it could be anybody's game right now. University of North Texas is doing some impressive work against St. Clair.
I definitely agree, and St. Clair being able to find their groove again after University of North Texas sort of maintaining that majority percentage on the point is really good and really presents the opportunity for St. Clair to make a comeback, to be able to capture the next 2 points. We do see both Bailable and Medicare switching over to May, and they're going to be running a May Reaper composition here on University of Oasis. Going into the fight, a beautiful wall from Bailable. The counter wall comes out from Medicare.
It's just kind of a clash right now, back and forth, just damage. Ryan swinging their hammers at each other. Nobody really going down, just kind of trading damage and throwing walls up all over the place. But Strider gets taken down by Aspect, and St. Clair needs to try to stick together, and it looks like it's too little too late. University of North Texas takes out almost everybody here, and Justin is trying to escape.
Justin does manage to get out. Oh, barely. Almost a Moira orb eventually taking him down as he was incredibly low. He will come back with Coalescence, as both Moiras do have their Coals. It's just up to St. Clair to not take too much damage as they're going into this fight and sort of play around points, as they only have Lucio healing right now. Apostle is doing really well. He has 76% ult charge, and we see the Coalescence come out from Joe, eventually Prince Wada falling down to Aspect on the Reaper. It's 2 down for St. Clair, and another full reset from them.
Yeah, it looks like University of North Texas is really have like this iron defense here on the second round here on Oasis.
They're doing really well. We see University of North Texas has 4 ultimates going into this, starting off with the May ult, seeing what they can get with it. I'm not too sure if anybody from St. Clair went down to it, but Jaybird does find a pick on Seymour.
The Death Blossom is going to clean up everybody else while Bailable and Justin try to run back to spawn. Looks like University of North Texas getting a little cocky here, pushing right up to the doors.
They're being incredibly aggressive here. They're ulting first consistently. They're getting their ults really quickly. St. Clair do have their May ult and Coalescence as well as Death Blossom to try to get in here.
Oh my goodness, lots of stuff happening all at once.
Whew.
Can't even really see. Looks like St. Clair got 3 picks now. They're gonna try to push in. Aspect is on their tail. They gotta watch out for that. And Gatsby is just trying to do everything he can to stall out this point and keep up his fellow May alive.
They do need to get them try to clean up here for St. Clair to get University of North Texas. They did manage to stall it out to 99. Now St. Clair needs to have an absolutely iron defense to keep their hold on this point. They need to play just aggressive enough, but not too aggressive to be caught out. Fortunately, Seymour was demeched and eventually fell to the May ult as St. Clair eventually pushes back. Whew, Bailable almost getting caught out by that May wall, but counterwalling himself to keep it in.
Oh, Meaty Exker comes around the corner trying to free Strider, but ultimately Prince Wada goes and intercepts that. Aspect with the Death Blossom takes down Prince Wada and Apostle, but Seymour gets 2 picks on Aspect and Gatsby. Meaty Exker gets a pick on Bailable, and Seymour's just kind of defending by himself with Justin and Strider on the point. really anybody's game, but Jaybird, huge shatter by Jaybird, and they just clean up the point and they end up capping it back here.
Overtime is eventually triggered, but they're pushing St. Clair so far back. I'm not sure anybody can touch here. Apostle couldn't make it through. And
And the Zarya
unfortunately
grab
not.
would not let Prince Wada through.
The first map goes to University of North Texas.
That was a good game, though. I have to admit, that was some good Overwatch. Play the game by our own WRWX available here as Reaper. Looks like a huge Death Blossom.
That EMP from Strider setting it up very well as being able to stay alive. This is very impressive.
For
It
sure.
was very turnable by St. Clair. They had so many opportunities. It was just unfortunate that University of North Texas, they ulted first. They were getting the ult charge. They were playing clumped up and together. And St. Clair, they would get a little bit split off at times. You would see, even at that last part there, Prince Wada was on one side of University, and then Strider was all the way to the left, sort of causing a problem because it's hard to heal when you're a Moira, especially. It's hard to heal when they're so spread out like that. You use a lot of resources just sort of spraying as far and wide as you can.
Exactly. And I
Yeah,
think one of the things that kind of helps differentiate a good team from a great team is the use, like their ult economy, their use of their ultimates. How fast can they build those ults and how can they use them to the best of their ability to consistently win team fights? And both teams did a phenomenal job, but it looked like University of North Texas just had the leg up just a little bit on the ult economy, and eventually it led to the downfall of St. Clair College in this one fight here.
they were just a little bit more aggressive. They didn't hesitate when they went in. They saw their Reinhardt go and the entire team went in. St.
Exactly.
Clair played a little bit further back, just a touch more passively, but they have the opportunity to make a comeback here. They're not out of the game yet. We saw the first map was 98 to 99. This one wasn't as close, or the first one was 98 to 99. I apologize. And the next map, it could have been close. It could have been close. And they have the opportunity to make a comeback and turn this around. We want the reverse sweep. We're hoping for that reverse sweep, and I believe St. Clair can do it.
For sure. And now our next map will be Dorado, and it is a hybrid map, I do believe. Or is it Payload?
Dorado is just an escort map.
Just Escort, yes.
Yeah.
So St. Clair is, as we know, quite good at Escort, so maybe they can make a comeback here, or maybe University of North Texas will win it all with the next map.
It's all about the mental too, right? As long as St. Clair keeps their disposition up and they keep that sort of confidence that they had from the last time they played, I believe that they can do this. But the second you start letting things get to you, you start doubting yourself, you start playing that little bit more passively, and then it all sort of falls apart.
For sure. And we can see the wonderful plaza here in Dorado, just as we wait for our teams to set up. This is a really beautiful map, like with the lighting and whatnot. I think if Overwatch ever got ray tracing, this would look pretty cool.
I agree. I'm hoping for in the future that they do a sort of Halloween Day of the Dead sort of theme for Dorado.
Oh, that would be so cool.
It would be, they could turn the little lights into little pumpkins. They already have the piñatas there, so candy's a given. Wouldn't be too
Exactly.
hard to give it a sort of Halloweeny theme.
And Sombra already does have like some Candy Skull kind of skins and whatnot, so I think that could be pretty cool.
Very true.
Looks like
Starting?
Apostle's gonna choose the Ana.
Interesting. So it looks like St. Clair is going to be on attack first, and they're going to be running the Orisa Hog to start, see if they can get a pull-in hook right off the bat, see if anybody's sort of being a little bit cheeky and playing a little close. It does look like Gatsby and Medicare are working the Ash Mercy combo. Ooh. And as it looks like there were a few people there. I do believe Prince Wada had his pull eaten by D.Va, who is sitting on top there. But we see the swaps coming out, Seymour on the D.Va, Prince Wada on the Winston, as they begin to move this cart.
Failable's trying to get a pick on this D.Va here, ends up demecking her. Oh, my bad, not quite yet. That was Seymour getting demeched.
Breaking down the bubble that was placed by Jaybird as they're pushing in, but unfortunately, Prince Wada falls just a little bit low in health and winds up getting taken out by the Ash's dynamite.
Nano on the monkey already from the side of University of Texas, gonna chase St. Clair right back into spawn. That's the one
Very
downfall
early
with
nano.
Ana healing is when there's a monkey on the enemy team, if your team pushes into the bubble and they can't get out, you can't heal them.
No, you have to make sure that that bubble gets broken and that it goes down so you have the ability to heal your team. Moira and Lucio have the ability to sort of push through that bubble as best that they can. But even then, it's a little bit hard to heal when that Winston bubble is out. Ooh, everybody on St. Clair getting hacked by that Sombra EMP, and then eventually getting cleaned up. That's a full reset for them.
St. Clair getting a little bit unlucky today. They really gotta group up, figure out what's gonna work for them, whether it's gonna be a more stationary comp or if they're gonna commit completely to the dive to try to break through the barrier that University of North Texas has set up for them.
University of North Texas running the Echo here, it gives her a lot of aerial momentum, especially since there's a lot of high ground just before this first choke. And Echo can do a whole lot of burst damage and take down bubbles and get rid of shields and sort of make herself a nuisance. And the Ashe with the Mercy Pocket, she just does insane amounts of damage. We do see St. Clair trying to do a rotate, and from the perspective of Aspect, he can see where they're going. He can relay that information to that team. And it looks like Francois is going down before the fight begins. Oh.
Oh, that's unlucky. Aspect takes out almost everybody there. And it looks like St. Clair is forced to regroup, and Echo with her Mercy Pocket just kind of hovering above.
That Mercy is just flitting back and forth between the two DPS. And we do see Medicare has a Bob online, and St. Clair has 3 ultimates that they can use. They have Deadeye, they have EMP, and they have Lucio beat. The Bob's coming out from Medicare. Ooh, but getting hacked. Beautiful EMP taking Medicare and Jaybird sort of out of the fight as St. Clair does their best to move through. Available taking out the Mercies so she can't damage boost or res. It looks like if St. Clair can, they can get a little bit of poke in, do a little bit of damage, and they can take this fight. We see the Nano going onto Diva, trying to keep her in her mech as St. Clair eventually does find a few more picks.
Seymour gets demeched. Looks like Strider gets a pick on Jaybird. St. Clair just desperately trying to push forward here as the Winston bubble goes down. Mediexker tries to get the last pick here, pushing them away, but Joe is keeping them topped up as well as Gatsby, I do believe. St. Clair kind of has to group up these last 20 seconds. They need to be able to regroup, push the payload just a little bit further to make defense just slightly easier for them.
They need to get a touch in, and we see Baleball has switched to the Widowmaker to try to get a pick on the Echo, the Mercy, any but they can. Apostle goes down to the bomb as it gets into just seconds left. Overtime is triggered. Bob is released. Can St. Clair move it forward? We do see Prince Wada and Seymour on the point.
Double Diva bomb going off.
Neither finding picks, but Gatsby getting the pick on Strider and then rezzing Medicare to bring him back into the fight. It looks like it's just
too little too late here for St. Clair.
Overtime ticks away. Round
St. Clair
1
needs to defend right at the bridge here, the little archway, or else it's game over.
They need to have a solid defense. They need to have it ironclad and whew, it's going to be difficult, but I think they can do it. I believe they can. I believe they can hold that choke aggressively and well.
I think we can get to a game 3 here.
My fingers are crossed. I'm hoping so. I still have my hopes for for a reverse sweep on the side of St. Clair.
For sure. Always love a good underdog story.
It's true. I'm a sucker for them. All right.
Oh, University of North Texas going with the Bastion. That's an interesting pick. We don't see a whole lot of Bastion all the time because he can be quite tricky to play, believe it or not. A lot of people say, oh, he's such a cancerous hero, it's easy to play, but if you know how to play him, he can be lethal.
If they get him set up well, though, it looks like they're running the Reinhardt. Usually this having a Bastion comp requires a use of double shield to sort of give him the capability to stay alive, but they're running looks like a very damage heavy comp with the Zenyatta, the Roadhog, the Baptiste, the Genji.
I think
Let's
their
see.
mindset is just kill before we get killed. And it looks like they start off doing just that.
That pick onto Bailable just in the beginning, he does wind up getting res by Apostle, but then Strider gets picked off early before he get a chance to heal. Bailable getting a pick onto Zenyatta and then taking out Jaybird, but as we could see, Hog rotated around to that high ground, taking him out
We're
with
about
the
even right now,
Bastion.
but University of North Texas does have the spawn advantage, so they need to be careful. Prince Wanda gets taken down by the Bastion, and Yustin demolished as well. Seymour gets out of mech. Oh my goodness.
Bastion is doing a lot of damage, and where it's positioned right now, it's definitely in the attacker's favor. Apostle trying to get in position for a touch, but Aspect, he is just on him. He's not giving them any room to breathe. The way University of Texas is pushed up so far, they do not want St. Clair to have a chance to touch here. Though we see both Strider and Bailable trying, but Bailable getting picked just for the sheer amount of damage coming out from Medicare. Ooh, Yestin taking out Joe, but Medicare is just demolishing the team. Ooh.
Ooh. Alias gets a good hook on Apostle, but he got away and got killed by Aspect. And it just looks like University of North Texas is just one after another killing St. Clair, and that'll be game. University of North Texas wins the series.
They do. It was a good match, well fought on the side of St. Clair, but it's just very hard to counter a Bastion when they're playing so aggressively, when they're not giving you that chance to breathe or to regroup or to even get your thoughts together. You can't, just the amount of damage that's pouring out, it's very difficult to counter, and I think St. Clair did a very commendable job of doing it.
For sure. Very close game.
It's
It's games
very
like that I like to see, you know, neck and neck the whole time. St. Clair was very close, very, very close that first game. But now the second game, University of North Texas did have that upper hand and ended up stopping them right underneath the arch. There wasn't much they could do coming into the second round of the second game to kind of secure that win other than full hold completely.
Yeah, and they did a very good job when they did try, but University of North Texas having the Bastion and the Hog sort of loop around to take the high ground is not something I would have expected, but it worked out really well. It worked out in their favor, being able to take Bailable off of that high ground as Ash, uh, let their team just walk up and take the point. And even trying to fight against an Echo is difficult because she can just sort of flit around on your screen, get out of the way, and I think St. Clair did their best. I think they fought as well as they could have, and you know, you'll get them next time. There's
Exactly.
always next game. But University of Texas is continuing their win streak as it is now 3-0 for them.
Very impressive. Good luck to University of North Texas for the rest of their games. Uh, I do believe we have a schedule for the rest of the week as well.
So coming up on Thursday, we have Rocket League playing in UCEA, and then Friday and Saturday are both Rainbow Six Siege filled days with their collegiate two different series, but still going to be interesting to watch. And then Saturday and Sunday, we also have Call of Duty playing for TESPA. Um, Hopefully, good matches. I hope everybody comes and tunes in to support all the teams at St. Clair College.
For sure, and make sure to follow us on social media just to make sure in case any match times change or we decide to stream an extra game here or there, you know exactly when it is, right when it happens.
Exactly. And a final shout out to our sponsors for these streams: St. Clair College, SRC, the St. Clair Alumni Organization, Zuckerman School of Business and IT, PC Outlet, and Tim Hortons. We appreciate you being our sponsors. And yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. It was a pleasure to have you. Thank you, Amanda Commanda Dupuis, for casting with me. And thank you, Danners, for being able to produce this stream altogether. And we will see you guys next time.